For this lesson, we'll be focusing on tree placement. Next to your Home tab, you'll see an Insert tab. You'll see underneath or above Block, you'll see Insert. And you're going to be able to see some of the trees that you've already created. You can see your door that you created for your gate is already in here. That's included as a block. The tree placement is critical for our landscape project where we had started, and all I did was left click on the screen, and we'll go back to eventually insert, where we selected here as a starting point. If you recall, that starting point was 85-30. For this lesson, we'll be focusing on inserting blocks. Next to your Home tab, you'll see Insert. You'll see Insert, and you'll see the trees that you created as blocks. Also notice that your door that you used as a gate is also in here as a block. I'm going to single left click on the screen. And if you recall, where we started, our building line was X, Y at 30 feet, 85 feet. For our trees and the placement, you'll be seeing a chart that gives a scale for the tree, whether it be a scale of 1, 0.5, 1.5, or 2 to really blow the tree up, double its size. You'll also be given 2 coordinates, X, Y, for placement of the tree. If we select Insert, the first tree that we're going to insert is going to be our pecan tree. If we select pecan, you can see it highlights the pecan tree and we're floating around ready to place it. However, in our command line, it's asking us to specify an insertion point where we could click, or we could specify a base point on where we'd want to pick it up from, scale it, rotate it, explode it, or repeat. We're going to select Scale first by simply hitting the letter S on our keyboard and select Enter. Our scale, you can see, is defaulted at 1. However, we're going to be changing the scale, so it's always important to hit S, select the scale, and then hit Enter. We're going to select the number 1, and we're going to select Enter, and our pecan tree obviously has not changed in its size. It's now asking us to specify the insertion point. We're going to type in an X, Y, and remember these numbers are going to be in feet. So we're going to select 83 feet, comma, 17 feet, and select Enter. And you'll see our pecan tree is going to be just outside of our property line. I'm going to show you the chart that we're going to refer to, and I'd like you to pause the video as we go through. I'm going to do a couple more and give you the pecan tree at a scale of 1.5, and then the insertion point, 96 feet, 22 feet. As you can see, we already completed our first pecan tree. I'm going to go back to Insert and select Pecan. I'm going to refer back to my chart, and I'm going to type in for Scale. First, I'm going to select S, then I'm going to select Enter, Scale 1.5, select Enter, and you can see it's double the size. My pecan tree, from my chart reference, your drawing should now look like this, where you have 2 pecan trees, 3 willow trees, and 4 half-scale and inlined banana trees. I'm going to scroll to the oak trees now and complete the same process. There are many oak trees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So your drawing will be filled up pretty much with mainly oak trees, and obviously your X, comma, Y. Pause the video here. Complete the insertion of your oak trees. Welcome back. I am just placing my last oak tree that's double the size, 126, comma, 21 feet, and enter. If any trees have been misplaced, you can go back and check out what your coordinates were and see if there's any placement that you would like to redo. As you can see, I have a willow tree that's way down here, and it's very possible that I entered the foot or the inch amount in a reverse manner. So I do believe this one should be way up here. So I'm going to go back and select Insert, Willow, and this one I do believe still is a scale of 1. And I'm going to select my first willow tree that was 84 feet and 24 feet and see what happens. 84 feet, comma, 24 feet, and enter. So that seemed to be not that one, but it might be the next one that was still at a scale of 1, 126 and 74. Willow, 126 feet, comma, 74 feet, and select enter. So that was the correct position. I'm going to delete that one. And there's one actually over the top of this one. So if there's any trees that may look out of place from what you see here, these are all now accurately placed. There is going to be the 5 banana trees. There's going to be the 3 willows that are now placed properly. There's going to be a couple overlaps. There's going to be 2 oak trees here, 2 about the center of those arcs, 1 here and 1 here. These trees over here, we can simply highlight and select delete. And I'm going to double click on my screen. File, save as, save, and yes.